Long day today at the pad, man. Long day. I don't even know if this phone's gonna turn on, so we back to reading it straight off the screen up here, I think. But yeah, it was a long day at the pad. I put in 10 hours with 2 students today. Really long day. And I listened to, yeah, I think this other phone's dead. But I listened to No Hippie Trucking, and he gave me a shout out today. I was kind of impressed. The thing that caught my eye with this video is he was talking about what makes a great trainer. So, or it was, I can't remember the exact title, but it was something about having the heart of a teacher. So I was like, oh, I'm watching this video. It's about training. So I was kicking it, watching this video. He was talking about good qualities of training and being a trainer and stuff like that. And he actually threw my name out. So I was super excited. I was like, wow, he actually said that I'm a great trainer. And he actually put my channel out there. I was like, man, that's awesome. What's going on, Jonathan? Or Keith? Yeah, I can't get this other phone to work. It must be dead. I didn't even check to see if it would turn on before I came out here. That's a bad thing. But yeah, 10-hour day out there on the pad, man. Solid day, man. I had one come in later in the day. I had one at lunch, go to lunch while I worked with the other one. Like, I didn't get no break. What's up, Kiersey? How's home time going? Kiersey's over there, probably in her hot tub at her own house, or jacuzzi, or whatever she calls those things. Over there enjoying herself. Finally gets on home time. But yeah, it's been kind of crazy over there at the terminal. You come in, they take your temperature. You come in for anything, they take your temperature. So it's kind of, I got my temperature taken probably like 6 times this week already. And I still got to take my truck in there tomorrow. So, cat just came in. Oh, okay. So Kiersey's already back from her home time. She says she's driving through PA with high winds. Man, I thought it was finally warm. It was 90 yesterday. Today it was like 40, 50, something like that. So, like, it's been crazy out here. Like, the temperatures, like, I was talking to a guy in Kansas City. He was all like, man, it's snowing next week up here. I was like, man, I'm done with the snow. Like, I really don't want to see no more snow. On 97.2 right here. Whoop whoop. Man, where's it? Bring the warm weather up here, man. It's not fun. It's getting cold. I gotta spend all day outside on the pad. I was all like, man, it's summertime. I'm gonna start wearing my shorts. Well, I always wear my shorts, but I was like, no sweatpants, no pants, you know, summer clothes time. Nope, it's cold again. What's going on, Kenworth? Oh, talking about the temperature. Okay, your temps, 97.2. I wonder how high of a temperature they're looking for. Are they looking for like 100 and anything over 99? Or I wonder where the cutoff is for it. Prime's been doing a good job at quarantining people too that's been sick or that has a temperature. I've seen the trucks out there that were quarantined and like they have their own restroom, they have their own showers, you know, stuff like that. Kirsty says 102 she thinks. Jonathan says, everything you gotta get, a new room key, gotta get it taken. Yeah, oh, and at the campus, you have to get your temperature taken right at the front desk. Jonathan or Keith's been over there. Every time he comes inside, man, they take his temperature at the campus. So, you know, they're taking care of business out there. They're checking people's temperatures, making sure no one's running a temperature. So, I mean, that's good. I haven't really noticed that it's been like shut down here in Springfield. They say we're shut down and we're only essential workers are out, but I passed by a rug store. The rug store was open. I was all like, man, people need rugs that bad? Like, don't make sense. You can keep the East Coast. Right, Hans? I like going to the East Coast. I would like, it's beautiful over there, man. But you're right about the roads and the cold and stuff. Yeah, it's not fun. Beginning on watching movies. Heading to Arizona. Okay, you're staying in the warm. Kirsty says, I freaked in Cali last week when I saw a nail and hair salon open. Hey, I bet you pulled right over and went in there and went and got your nails done and stuff, didn't you? But hey, I guess they're essential, you know. Somebody has to do the nails and the hair. I hear a lot of guys complaining that they can't get haircuts right now, so everybody's looking shaggy and stuff. I cut my own hair, so I don't even have to worry about it. I just take the clippers, take all the guards off, and bzz, done. It's real fast. It don't take long. I've been pretty busy this week. I've been running up and forth to Kansas City and running trailers back and forth. Yeah, Jacob, they stole my Bigfoot out my garden, man. Somebody stole it. Like, that's, oh man, I've been irritated about that. You know, how you gonna come steal my Bigfoot out my garden? Like, I'm irritated. Like, I don't like that. But I guess they needed it more than me. They did. What Jacob's talking about is I had a Bigfoot in my garden and somebody decided to come steal it. So, yeah. Hopefully they get some karma or something. You know, bad juju or whatever. Well, I can't get my legs. I've been thinking about letting my grow long. Try it out, man. You're a trucker now, man. Just let it grow. Yeah, Jacob, you saw the video. Yeah, I couldn't get a good picture of it, man. Who stole it? Like, that was the best I could find. Chris W. I have conflicted reports of the upgrade being on hold. Any news? I only have 2K to go in TNT. Chris, I haven't heard nothing of it. I heard that it was on hold for 2 weeks, and I think we're almost at the end of that 2 weeks. So I'm hoping that everything, they're going to start upgrading people again. But I don't know. I really don't. I haven't checked into it since I've been here. I haven't seen nobody upgrade or heard of anyone upgrading right now, so. Right, yeah, I'm keeping an eye on Craigslist. Like, I ain't gonna buy my Bigfoot back, but, you know, I will take my Bigfoot back. Kenilworth Rider, did you report it to the Popo? Yeah, my wife did. You know, it's just like she sent them the video that we had on the Ring doorbell, and you know they cruised around. You know, You know, they're not looking for a $80 statue while the coronavirus is out. You know, they want to do probably the bare minimum. They probably don't even want to go to anyone's houses right now. Okay, Jonathan Smith says that they're doing upgrades now, so there you go, Chris. Bigfoot doesn't live in Missouri. I think Bigfoot lives everywhere, man. Bigfoot just migrates around. Every time he gets sighted, he moves to the next state, man. That's what happens. We had about 5 upgrades when I went through orientation last week. There you go, Chris. They're doing upgrades, man. That's good news. Like, I don't see anyone upgrading. I really don't. Man, especially since this virus is out, like, I'm not going around many places. I mean, I don't anyways. Whenever I'm out there on the pad, like, I'm just doing my pad stuff. I try not to go into the building, try not to go around a lot of people. I just focus on my students and just keep working. So that's kind of what I've been doing, is just working all day with my students. I haven't really been going anywhere, like over to the terminal. I haven't seen the inside of the terminal in a while. J Vlog says it's probably in some stoners living, smoking some herb. That's where my Bigfoot is, on someone's coffee table, probably when they're over there. I think it was there's a lot of meth heads out here in Missouri, so I bet you anything some meth head has it. So probably not smoking herbs. They're probably smoking some meth out of a glass light bulb or something. But hey, who knows? Swear, man, don't let me catch you coming back by my house to steal something. That chick was twerking. Oh man, y'all out of control. Yeah, I just made that video about my Bigfoot getting stolen. Like, I made that to kind of share to like Ozark's Facebook page, Springfield's Facebook page, stuff like that. Just see if anyone, like, you never know, somebody might be like, hey, that's my neighbor. That looks just like my neighbor. That's my neighbor. You know, you never know. Then I'll be like knocking on their door. Pop, pop, pop. I don't even know what type of car it was. I think that it was most people are telling me it's a Chevy Malibu, like a 2014. So
Okay, guys.
Who knows? What you doing, bub? Come here. I don't know. She's in the house.
No, I checked the area for her, but she don't see anywhere.
Yeah, I checked the pawn shops.
Mom, where were you?
There she is.
In bed.
Where were you?
He's getting her in trouble.
Sorry.
That's fine.
You lock you in?
No. That was my son running out here trying to find his mom. He's supposed to be in bed. I was going to tell him to go back to bed, but Kenworth Ryder says it's a Chevy Malibu. Yeah, I think it is too. I really do. It's probably somebody that lives in this neighborhood too. I wouldn't be surprised. The day it happened, I drove around the neighborhood for a while. I was all like, oh man, drive around. It happened early in the morning. Like, it happened right before I left to go to work. And it happened right before, like, the video before that one, my neighbor across the street, their garage had just barely opened. They pulled out and they went to work. So, like, we both missed them. Yeah. Yeah, I think, you know, maybe they needed a Bigfoot statue worse than me. I don't know. My kids like that Bigfoot statue. You know, my wife put a Santa Claus hat on it for Christmas, and she was gonna make it different clothes for like each holiday. So like Easter, it was gonna have some bunny ears and just different stuff like that. Just something fun for the kids. Like people walk by, oh look at their Bigfoot, he's dressed up as a bunny. You know, oh look, it's St. Patty's Day, he's dressed up as a leprechaun. You know, different stuff like that. I mean, it was just for fun. Yeah, I'm gonna buy a new one, Hans. The thing is, I got that Bigfoot all the way, like almost by St. Louis. Like, that's a far ways to go to get another one. So, you know, it ain't like I can't afford another one. It's more of the principle, you know. Somebody came and stole from my house, like disrespectful. Like, that's where I'm not happy. Like, you disrespected me. You came and she walked on my grass. Like, she could have at least walked on the sidewalk and ran down. She didn't have to walk straight through my grass either with her fake Uggs, man. They also stole, the neighbors at the end of the street, they stole their, they had a turtle that was made out of concrete and it was stained and it's been through their family and stuff, and they stole that too. And that was more sentimental value. Like, they're probably more upset than I am. But it's bad news when they steal your Bigfoot anyways, you know? What kind of person steals, what kind of person goes around stealing lawn ornaments, you know? Like, come on. What kind of person's out there stealing cement statues, like, for reals? I always figured that like some of the teenage kids around here would have picked up Bigfoot and put them in somebody else's yard for fun, you know? Maybe something like that. I'd have to go find Bigfoot, find out whose yard they put them in, you know? Maybe something like that, you know? But not some meth head grabbed Bigfoot and carried him straight off. Next time I'm going to put one of those tracking devices on the bottom of him. They take him, I'm gonna know where he is. Yeah, it was bad business. I was not happy about it. Trust me. Not happy. You can ask Keith right there, man. I came and worked the next day. I was still mad. I was all like, man, let's get this trailer and go. We're over there and I'm just complaining. I would probably complain for about an hour or two about my Bigfoot coming up missing. I was not happy. Like, I'm still not happy. It's been a bad, that's a bad week right there. Bigfoot came up missing. Crying shame over here. Hans, how's the thank you, haul fuel. How's the fuel been going right now? You been running extra loads and stuff, making some extra money for running that fuel? Right? Jonathan says it made him mad too. He drove around Walmart looking for a car. Yeah, dude, it was bad. Oh, you don't run fuel? I guess it was somebody else telling me they ran fuel. You run dry van? Your dry van been doing good? You been hauling toilet paper, man? The world's stopping for that toilet paper right now. It was on the news that a truck carrying toilet paper caught on fire in Texas. You know they were mad. But if anyone wants to know if they're bringing in students right now, they're bringing in students right now. So if anyone's thinking of coming to Prime, then we are still hiring right now. I'm still training. Some people are not training. Some people stop training right now. They're all like, I'm not training right now till this is over with. I can't chance getting sick, you know, and Like, I don't blame them. Like, all these students coming in from all over the place, you're just increasing your odds of getting something. So I really don't blame them. Han says, I do a lot of Edison windows and Costco loads. Samuel says, are you lease or company? I'm company. I'm a company driver. I don't want the headache of fueling and paying for my own tires and, you know, all that stuff. I'm not a risk taker, Samuel. I'm not the guy that's gonna risk not getting a check if I have a bad week. There's a lot of rewards in taking that risk, but, you know, I'm not a big risk taker. Like, yeah, I would be, I don't think me and my fleet manager would get along if I was leased, because every day I'd be like, dude, I did not make $500 today. We are having issues, you know. Like, I think the lease guys need to average like $500 to $600 a day on their load. Like, give me a load with too much time, like, we're gonna go back and forth. Kenworth, the panic over TP is ridiculous. I agree, it is ridiculous. Too many people hoarded it at the start. At Hans, I invited a lot of Anderson windows. I installed a lot of Anderson windows. Good windows. Han says, saw Nene did a load for less than $1 per mile in Florida. Well, you know, Florida, you're going to get paid less coming out of there. So, you know, I'm not surprised. It might have took her to a better area to get a better load, though. So you got to look at that. Like, maybe her fleet managers gave her a load that didn't pay that much, and it got her out of Florida to a better area where they made up for it. Brian says, hoping to hop into prime training next month in Pittston. I'm from Bucks County, PA. I'm glad they're still hiring. Yeah, they are. We are. You probably ain't that far from the terminal. I don't know where that is, but hey, you're probably not that far. So you'll take your own car or you'll take a rental car. Like, that's what they're doing right now. They're not flying, or they're not bussing people around right now, and they don't want you to fly either. So you're gonna have to get a rental car or drive your own car and come on in. Get a disc. TPD, dude. Jonathan says, heard anything 75 cents and up from Florida is a good, just to get something to get you to Georgia. Yeah, get out of Florida. Like, Florida's not paying good. There's too many truck drivers that live there, and everyone's trying to get out of Florida, so they can pay you cheaper rates. Brian says, that's true, and thanks. Kenworth says, do you think the cent per mile company? Do you get a cent per mile company? Are you asking, Kenworth, are you asking, do you get a cent per mile? I don't know what you're asking. Hans, usually light loads so you can do 70 miles per hour and leave the prime drivers in the dust. Oh yeah, you're gonna leave the prime, even if it was a heavy load, you probably leave us in the dust anyways. Especially me, like I'm I'm at 62. You're gonna leave me in the dust. And if I have one of my students driving, it's gonna be 57. My truck don't even do 58. We do 57. Yeah, great trainer, no lie. Well, thank you. I hope I'm doing it right. Like I was watching, like I said earlier, if y'all missed it earlier, I was talking about No Hippie's video that he put out today about the heart of a trainer, like a trainer, heart of a teacher. Trainers need the heart of a teacher, and you know, it's so right, it's so true. You need to have heart to do this. Like, you don't need to be one of those trainers that don't want to teach a student how to back. Just, you know, you don't want to be one of those TNT instructors. Oh, you should have learned how to back during PSD. I shouldn't have to teach you how to back. You're still gonna have to help. Like, you're still gonna have to help, because some people forget how to back once they get in the truck, back into another truck. You know, everything he said, I was agreeing with everything he said, and it was awesome that he like threw my channel out today and said, "Hey, man, Twizted Big D, that's a good trainer right there. You know, y'all should look at his channel." Like, I was like, man, that's pretty cool that he acknowledged me like that. I mean, like, that means a lot. That means I'm out here doing something right, you know. I'm still gotta get your code. My Brian, my code's in the description. It's in the description. I think I still got it in the description of this live, but it's COXDJO. Yeah, Smith, you're about to rip my governor off. Hey, I had a student not too long ago. He was driving and he leaned forward. I said, "What are you doing, man? Why are you leaning on the steering wheel like that?" He goes, "Man, I'm trying to go faster." I said, "Bro, you ain't gonna go faster. That don't work." And he was all like, "Yeah, man, you lean forward like a motorcycle. You lean forward, it's gonna go faster." It's like, okay, lean forward. It'll go faster, dude. So I imagine he probably on TNT right now, leaning forward as he's driving, trying to get that truck to go faster. It made me laugh. I mean, like, that's the first time I ever heard anyone say that. "Hey, man, I'm leaning forward to make this truck go faster." That's the first for me. I never heard of anyone doing that. Iowa's very windy, so be careful. Brian says, "Awesome, I'll grab it." Yeah, Brian, it's in there. Smith says it's not in the description. I was gonna post it, Brian, but I ain't there. Yeah, it gotta be fixed in me. It's COXDJO. COXDJO. That's it. Hey, Brian, he one-upped you, man. He put it in all caps, dude. Cool. Awesome, thanks. Thanks, Brian. You'll let your recruiter know. That's awesome. I didn't even know how much those referral bonuses were till here recently. Like, I think it was when you refer somebody, you get, I think it said $100 for their first load, and then once they've been in 6 months, you get $500, and then once you get, I think it was 3 within 6 months, you get $1,000. So I was like, man, now I see why everybody's spamming their driver codes on YouTube and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not like, if you don't put me down, it's all good, man. I'm not tripping either. Like, still come out to Prime, or come out here, get your CDL. It's gonna better your life. Like, but it is super nice to get a referral bonus. Like, I'm really appreciative. Yeah, put it on your application and on the orientation app when you get here. Believe me, trust me. Yeah, we had Smith had a little issue. They said that they had it down. His recruiter said he had it down, and whenever he got here, we had a big miscommunication in the loop, and they tried to put him with another trainer. And I was like, hey man, we've been talking for a while. Like, he came to Prime so I could train him. I told him I would train him. We talked months ago, but we got it all worked out. He's on my truck now, so he's learning everything he needs to learn. Also, if I'm not available for you, also I'm trying this new thing out, and I'm trying it with one student right now. He came in. I wasn't available to go to Pittston to get him. So I had him put my friend down on his application. So my friend is training him, and my friend, he's a great trainer, and I trust him. So like, if I'm not available, then I'm trying to work out some things with some other trainers and talk to some other trainers that I trust and that I have complete confidence in teaching somebody the right way. So, I'm trying to get a system of a couple of trainers with me that I can be like, hey, I got 3 people coming this week, and I can only train 2 of them. So the third one, he was the last one. You mind if I tell him to put your truck number in your driver code and you train them? And if they say yes, then cool. So I got a student over in Pittston right now. Well, I don't have a student. I had a guy coming in that I was going to train, but it didn't work out. I got stuck here in Springfield because of some certain situations, so I couldn't make it to Pittston. So we talked on the phone. I said, hey, look, I got a buddy over there in Pittston, great trainer. I trust him. He'll take care of you. So he put my friend down. So my friend and him are working together, and we talk every day. So he told me, he was all like, hey, I met him and he seems like a great guy. I'm all like, yeah. He goes, we seem like we really click. And I was all like, yeah, I wouldn't put you with somebody I didn't trust. So I'm also trying to get some stuff worked out like that. That way, if I can't train you, I have somebody that I trust that can train you. So I figure that might help some people out too, in case I ever hit that point where I got like 3 people coming in, or I got a student coming in Springfield and I got one in Pittston the same week and I can't train both of them. I'll be like, hey, look, I'm going to have such and such train you, and I trust them, and I'll give you their information. Because I'm trying to make sure that you're taken care of in case I'm not able to train you for some reason. So I'm seeing how this first one works out. And hopefully he trifectas, and he's all like, man, that was a good deal that you put me with your buddy over here. So I'll be like, okay, that worked out, Next one. So I'm also trying to do stuff like that. I'm trying to make sure that I have everybody get a good trainer that's coming in my opinion, that's a personal opinion. Like, I put him with a certain guy because my personal opinion is that he would give him all the skills and everything he needs to succeed out here. So, I didn't get to train him, but I trust my friend, and he's going to give him the proper and correct training that he needs. I got to scroll down. I talk too much. Have Kersey train you. Yeah, but I'm gonna trifecta for you. Yeah, Brian, that's the goal, man. That's the goal. Test one time. That's the goal. Every student, my goal is to test one time. But you know, if you have to test more than once, so be it. We're just getting a CDL here, man. We are trying to get a CDL. That's what we're doing. We're not really worried about the trifecta bonus. It's nice to test one time. If we have to test twice, it's fine, as long as you get your CDL. Han says, go to CR England. They have 3 in a truck, 2 students and 1 trainer. Brian, definitely, bro. You see you in Pittston. You're available around May. Yeah, I might be in Pittston in May. I was trying to get back this week, but it looks like I'm not going to get back this week. I've had a student for 3 weeks now, so, you know, it might end up being 4 weeks. We'll see what happens. Jonathan says, but if you work it out when you're coming to Prime with Daniel, you will most likely get him worth waiting on. He got me Friday. I've already driven to Kansas City twice. My first day, I drove all over Springfield and the highway with a tractor maxed out, 57. And you were pulling a trailer the whole time, because we started right off with a trailer. Jonathan seen my first day route. let you drive around with the trailer around the pad a couple times, just getting you comfortable with the turns. And then we hit the streets of Springfield, and it's a couple turns in Springfield. And then I throw you on a really tight road. We go around this really tight road. We get on the U.S. highway, pick up the speed, take one of those real curvy 25 miles an hour exits. We took that, jumped on I-44, took the truck as fast as we could, jumped off at the next exit, hit up the industrial area again, boom, through town. Like, it's real quick. Like, I make sure, like, I get your nerves out the way. Like, I try to get you going. That's the plan. The faster I can get you going and getting you to make your own decisions, the better off you're going to be. I'm not one of those trainers that tells you step by step every day what to do. Like, I'm the guy that's going to try to get you to make your own decisions out there. So, Hans, I couldn't train someone, so more powers to you. So more power to you. Hans, it's really hard. Like, man, sometimes you are frustrated and you're at wit's end, and you just got to remember, hey, man, he's going to get it. He's going to get it. Not me, but you're not staying with me for 3 weeks. I don't think you'll stay with me. I know you won't stay with me for 3 weeks. Jonathan over there showing off on the pad, man. He goes out there and he's just whipping it in there like nothing. He listened to everything I said. That's the key right there. If you want to be the best student out there, you're going to listen to everything your trainer says and you're going to do what he says. So Jonathan, he's out there on that pad just whipping it in, making everybody else's student look bad. They're all like, man, how long you been on the pad with that guy? I'm all like, nah, just about 30 minutes. He's already doing everything. Don't get a big head, man. I'll put you through the ringer. Yeah, you get a big head. Don't be overconfident, because I'm talking good about you. Hans, if your student would talk back, Hans says, if student would talk back, I kick him off the truck. Hans, they're all going to talk back at one point. There's always that one thing that they're just going to talk back about. Like, it's going to happen. Not everybody thinks the same way. There's going to be like little arguments here and there. But at the end of the day, if you can get them to understand what you're trying to tell them and what you're trying to explain to them, then that's how you deal with it. So, like, I talk to each one of my students, like, I pretty much talk to them a different way. There's something I'm going to explain to them a different way so they understand it. Because I found out that with certain types of people, they learn better if you say it one way than another. So you just have to, if you ever start training Hans, you just gotta be able to read people. Faster you can read people, the faster you can train them. The ones that you can't read and you can't figure out what to do to make them better, like, that's whenever you hit a wall. And, you know, I've been at that wall before, and you know, it happens. That's whenever you have a lot of problems and a lot of stress, but you'll figure out how to get them a pass. So you just got to keep working at it. Jonathan says, just got to trust the steps and the trainer. Brian says, LOL, you sound like a true master, no lie. I'm not a master yet. Like, I haven't seen it all yet, you know. I probably heard every excuse that I could ever, like, you could ever even make about backing or driving or pre-trip. I've heard every excuse. Like, I'm real big about trying to take away as many excuses as I can from you. Like, I have got one of the biggest excuses on pre-trip is I don't have a trailer to practice it. So whenever I'm telling my students about, hey man, I need you to do your pre-trip tomorrow, and they're all like, oh, I don't have a trailer. I'm all like, before they even get to that point, I'm all like, you see those trailers right there? You can practice on those. You see those trailers in that parking lot up there, all those empties? You can practice on those. There's a drop yard in the back corner back there with some sold trailers. You can practice on those. Like, I'm at the point where I'm starting to take away all the excuses right from the start. That way there's less excuses for why they can't do something, you know? Brian says, as we say in Philly area, trust the process. Yeah. You have to trust the process. And another thing, man, like if anyone's thinking they're coming to Prime and we're going to give you a CDL, that's not true. You're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to study. You're going to have to work for it. It's not just, Prime's not handing out CDLs over here. You're going to take a real test. You're going to have to really, really pay attention. You're going to have to work for it. Have to. Hans says, at my company, one needs 2 or more years experience, so no training required. Man, I would be careful with those guys that come in 2 years of experience and they're all like, hey, here's your truck, go. Like, I think that those guys probably need some training too. I know if I was putting someone in my truck, I wouldn't be like, oh, you got 30 years of experience, here's my truck, go. Like, I'm going to go with them for a while. I'm going to see what they can do. I'm going to make sure that they have some kind of training when they start. But yeah, I don't, you know, that's 2 years of experience. I mean, like, that's still pretty good, but you don't know what their 2 years of experience is. I've had CDL holders come in with like 2-3 years of experience, and they're not good. I've had people that just finished TNT. They're doing their upgrade over here to get their own truck, and they're all like, they hit me up, hey, will you work with this student? This person, they finished TNT, but they're having a lot of trouble with backing. You're all like, what? How did they make it to the upgrade if they're having that much trouble? So a person like me will take them, and I'll teach them how to back, because somebody didn't teach them that. I'll have them run from one truck stop back into a spot to the other one, back into the spot, back to the other one, back to the other one, and I'll just run back and forth across Springfield, having them back into different spots. And then I'll take them even further, have them back into other spots, bring them to the pad, have them back into those spots. And I'll just try to get them back into as many spots as I can. What's going on, AJ? In the state of Georgia. You need to hear this stuff in California doing away with lease and owner ops. Yeah, I've heard about it. I heard that they're fighting that and trying to get it reversed or not into effect. But yeah, I also heard that New Jersey was going to try that too. So, you know, California might have started something there. What's up, Jesus Takes the Wheel? Jesus Takes the Wheel was trying to get me to do a live on the night Bigfoot came up missing. I was already mad. Jesus was all like, hey, you going to do a live tonight? I said, no. I was all like, I'm not having a good day. He said, what's going on? I just texted him the post my wife put on Facebook. I said, that's what's going on. Yeah, Hans, you're right. Like, a lot of people are leaving the state of California because of that and different stuff. Could you imagine all those truck drivers if they moved out of California so they could still lease, and then they end up not passing that? People sold their homes and stuff and moved to another state, and now they could have stayed in California. Not that I don't think anybody really wants to stay in California. I wouldn't want to stay in California. Time out for Jonathan. Jesus Takes the Wheel. I was bored dead that night. Yeah, imagine with no load set in there. Would have never went viral. I agree with him about the live that day. Yeah. Yeah, I was. Yeah, Keith. He was agreeing. He was like, man, you should go live about your Bigfoot statue. You should be all mad on there. I was like, man, I try to keep my channel like kind of educational or like informative about like training and Prime and stuff like that. For anybody that's coming to Prime, they can watch my videos and hopefully I can answer some of the information that they need for coming out here to Prime or making a decision to go ahead and go through with getting a CDL to better themselves. And I don't know, like I don't only say come to Prime, I say do your research. Remember that. Do your research, check all the companies, like find which one's best for you. Brian says, I hope Jersey don't do that route. I live right next door. It's like class warfare. Yeah, if they do that, I mean, it's not gonna be good. Like if it, like I don't know why everyone's like doing. I don't know why California did that. I don't understand it. But they had a reason behind it. AJ said, I'm thinking of moving to Sandpoint, Idaho in the future. I don't even know what they got there. I never even heard of that place. Jesus Takes the Wheel. 4 days of downtime. Prime finally just said, have them put everything back together and tow the trailer to Salt Lake City. So I'm en route to Salt Lake City. Man, that's no good, man. Whenever you're missing, the shops didn't have parts, you know. It's crazy. Just be careful with it. Yeah, California is just going to hurt themselves. Lots of truckers don't like going there to begin with. Illinois is another state that messed with the truckers too, if you want to know the truth. A lot of trucking companies that were in Illinois, they moved out because Illinois did that tax. They wanted to tax any truck companies, tax a lot of money from the truck companies and stuff like that. They were all like, no, we're moving out of state. which are probably hooked up Indiana because that's where most of them moved to. Jesus, yeah, that's a long story with TA. You know, TA can do a lot of stuff for the trailers. Like, they can do a lot of stuff, but there's just some things that they can't do, or they just don't have parts. The longest I ever had to wait on parts for a trailer was I think it was like 24 hours or 20 hours, something like that. Which it was all good because I didn't have a load or anything anyways. I was actually deadheading from Denver, Colorado all the way to Fontana in California to get a load. Like, they had me deadheading that far on I was doing a TNT. My student picked up a bad trailer, and I knew it was bad because I was checking it out with him, but he didn't. He got on a personal phone call, and I was all like, well, we're going to learn a lesson today. We're going to have to put this trailer in the shop, and we're going to learn a lesson today. That lesson made me learn a lesson. Hey, next time, don't pick up the broken trailer whenever there's a ton of trailers out there. Just send Prime a message. Hey, this trailer needs to be picked up and taken somewhere to get fixed. Han said, there's 55 mile per hour is terrible. I'm glad when Oregon went from 55 to 65. Yeah, it was, AJ. About 12, at least 1,200 miles, yeah. That was around the time that Prime was, that was around the time that all the trucking companies were closing down and stuff like that, and everyone was complaining about freight. Everybody was all like, man, freight's slow, there's no freight coming in, and you know, it was a bad time anyways. So that's why we had a deadhead so far. Like, that's not even the furthest I ever deadheaded. So I've deadheaded from Texas to California before to get a load. Like, that's a pretty far deadhead. I've heard of people deadheading even further than that to get a load. Like, it's crazy some of the deadheads that I've seen during that time. Like, I thought the most that Prime would ever deadhead you was like 600 miles maybe. Like, I wasn't expecting that many. The most I deadheaded was almost 800 miles. See, that's still a lot. That's still a lot of miles to deadhead. But hey, at least you're getting paid, you know. At Hans, you should drive Big D's truck. I'm okay till Swift passed me. That hurt my heart. That Swift guy, he was flying, man. Hans said, did Prime ever settle with Amazon Prime since Prime Inc. sued them over the Prime name? I have no idea. I haven't heard nothing about like what happened over that whole deal. But you know, they both have, like, Amazon Prime has a lot of money, so you know, they could drag that out in court forever. And plus, I don't think Prime Inc. could have, in my opinion, I don't think Prime Inc.'s going to win that. Because if you think about it, the Amazon trailers have Amazon on it, but it has an arrow. It doesn't say Prime Inc. on it. We are Prime Inc. So I really don't think that they're going to win that, or that there's even... I don't think it's going to go that far. I think if anything, it's just held in court forever. So I never thought it was that big of a deal anyways. I can kind of see where people were making it a big deal, because if you see a wrecked Amazon Prime trailer, you might think that that was Prime Inc. that it was. So like, it brings us a bad name. Like, I can kind of see where Prime was with that, but I don't know how far that's gonna go. Hans did priming. Oh, I already read that. AJ says, I'm dead heading 350 miles tomorrow to pick up a load in Tennessee. Jonathan says, I can't imagine the lawsuit goes something to the effect of hire us to pull freight and we'll drop the lawsuit. Jonathan, it might be the opposite. Amazon Prime might be like, you know what? Instead of y'all dropping the lawsuit, how about we just buy Prime and they flash that certain dollar amount that you can't refuse? You know, we might become Amazon Prime instead of Prime Inc. You never know. Han's the kind of guy that he sees the Prime Inc. truck coming and he's all like, he figures out if we're company or lease by pacing us the same speed. Then he finds out what we're driving. He's all like, oh man, this dude's doing 65. I'm going to get in front of him and do 64. And then whenever Prime goes around him at that 1 mile per hour faster, Hans just bucks it down the road. He's all like, just takes off super trucker style, man, outruns us. I can see it. Cartersville, Georgia. I've been there. We pick up from over there. AJ says, speed's not that important. Speed kills. You know, I think that the speeds we go is fine. Like, I really don't want to be slowed down even more. Like, I'm doing, like, my students are doing 57, and when I think the 55 is too slow. Like, I wouldn't want to be pushed down to 55. I wouldn't like that. So, like, the speed's not, like, the speed makes having us slower is safer. So, you know, I believe it too. So I'm fine with being there. AJ says, I do 65 sometimes. When I am behind, I do 73 miles per hour. Yeah. See, like, I don't have an issue with driving slower. I think it's, you know, they've done the studies. Like, they did the studies and they found out that driving slower, there's less accidents. So I'll go with it. You know, they say it's less accidents, then, you know, it's safer. So let's go the speed we're going. I really don't want to go any slower though. Like, I'm against going slower. This is where I started, and I'm like, I started at these speeds, so like, I don't want to go slower than these speeds. Just keep it the same. Keep it the same. Whenever I'm in California, I can feel like a true super trucker, man. I can do my 55. Even though everyone else is going a lot faster in California. But I'm over there doing the speed limit in California, man. I always have those truckers honking at me and going crazy. Get out the way, Prime. I'm like, I'm not getting a ticket. Trust me. Like, I'm doing the speed limit. Yeah, and also you get better fuel mileage at the slower speeds too, so. AJ says, Swift is slow too. I don't even know. I don't know what other companies are governed at. So, like, I don't know. I know the one that always gets on my nerves is JB Hunt. They can do, like, it seems like they do 1 mile per hour faster than me. And it's like they're always like passing me and like just staying like real close, like, like, they're always like in certain areas you'll be going faster than them, and then all of a sudden they take off on you again. It's like, man, is this dude messing with me, or is his truck just 1 mile per hour faster than me? Why can't he just gain and get up the road a little ways away from me? Because I don't like people like right in front of me. Like I rather you, like, if you pass me, go up the road, get away from me. That way I don't have to slow down even more. Sometimes I'll just take a break I'll pull over, go use the restroom just so that truck can get up the road a ways. That way I won't see them again. AJ says he hates California too. Hans, company Swift can do 65. Their lease drivers can go 70. So that's not that slow. CR England slow too. Smith says, I thought so too till Swift blew my doors off. I got the hammer down and he just blew by me like it was standing still. Yeah, I remember that Swift truck. That Swift truck blew by us like we were standing still. He was going fast. Warner drivers go whatever they want. I heard they turn their governors off. Wow. How fast do you really want to go in a truck though? Like, I wonder what's the... I've seen trucks going really fast. Actually, down in Texas, I had a truck pass me one time and get in front of me. The speed limit was 80. They blew by me and they got in front of me and they said that they were doing 95 miles per hour. I was like, wow. That's the fastest I ever seen a truck go. And that was my on-guard system. It clocked them at 95 miles per hour. I was like, man, that dude's going. Warner always passes me at 75. AJ says Western Express, 65 miles an hour, brand new trucks with broken side fairings and front bumpers. I don't get it. Welfare Express. Wow. Hans, you crack me up, Hans. But yeah, 65. So like, I wouldn't even mind it if they governed all the trucks where they couldn't go over 70. Like that would probably make it a lot safer. Brian says, in America truck sim, I push 95 and then they roll in somehow, survive. These tolls take you where you gotta go. I had a student, one of my students that played that American Truck Simulator. I never really played it. I watched Jacob play it at my house the other day, but I never really played it. But I had a student that played it all the time. He came out here and he was a pro at backing, like a pro at it from playing a video game. Oh, you play, well, Smith, you play American Truck Simulator too? I don't play it. I haven't ever played it. I watched Jacob play it and I was kind of like, man, the trucks don't even have to back into the dock right. They just have to go into a colored, like a bright highlighted colored space. Like you don't even have to be straight on the dock door or nothing. You just got to get it in that space. I'm like, really? They should have made you back that truck in there nice and straight. They should have had a guy walk out the dock and say, hey man, you need to pull up and move it over. But yeah, I haven't played it. It looks interesting. I haven't ever messed with it. I haven't been playing no games here lately. Tonight I actually went in there and played me like 3 or 4 games of some Call of Duty tonight. I jumped on there and my boy had his controller to the PlayStation and I had my Xbox controller, and he thought he was the guy on the game. I was running into the corner like he does on his racing games he plays. I'd run into the corner and just stand there for a little while, and he would move that controller around trying to turn his guy, and then I would finally turn and walk, so he thought he was really playing. So he was having a blast. He was having a good time. He was talking trash like I was. He was like, what? That guy killed me. He's all screaming and stuff down there. He got mad. He's all like, oh, that guy killed me too. Getting mad at the game. It was funny. If you get a stream account, I'll send you a copy one day of American Truck Simulator. Stream account? A Steam account or something? Yeah, I'm not a computer guy. I don't have a computer, so if that's a computer stuff. I've only seen it played on a computer, so. If I was going to play it, though, I would want that whole setup. Right, Jonathan? I read that. Yeah, I was blowing some steam off. Jesus takes the wheel. You have an Xbox? Yeah, Jesus, oh man, you didn't go over the road with me. You were supposed to go over the road with me, but Gifty happened. Hey, Gifty, Jesus, Gifty 2.0. 2.0, man. You know what's up. Jinjin, hello. I'm waiting for a load in Colorado, waiting for more than 24 hours. Ouch. Ouch. More than 24 hours. That's some detention pay right there. Too bad you're on TNT. Like, that would be some good detention pay right there. Jesus takes the wheel. Once I get a truck, I'll put my Xbox in and we'll have to go online. I'm down, Jesus. I'm down. I got the brand new Call of Duty is what I'm playing right now. Every time a new Call of Duty comes out, that's the one I'm playing. Yeah, Jesus 2.0. Like right now, Jesus. Right now. AJ says, I want to buy a TV and a PS4 soon. Yeah, you have to have a TV in your truck. If you're OTR, you have to have a TV on your truck. You have to have like at the least a Fire Stick. And I don't know how some of you guys be roughing it out there. So like, I really don't know how y'all are roughing it out there without a TV. Like I want to watch some TV whenever I stop at least, if not play some video games. Like my students that have been over the road with me, they watch me, like I play video games like crazy. Han says, I was preferred Freezer in Richardson, Wyoming last year. It took me 36 hours to load me. Man, I'd have made sure I got paid for that too. I would have been all over dispatch. Han says, no TV on my truck. I prefer reading books. Hans, what happens when you run out of books? What happens when you read through all your books? Like you probably got one of those tablets where you get now you can get the books online. You probably read them on one of those tablet things. I don't know what it's called. Jonathan says, I have to have my Xbox and my PS4. AJ says, Hans, I hate reading books. I don't like reading books either. I can't really read books. Like a lot of my reading is, I can't tell you nothing about what I just read. Like reading a book, I'll read a whole book and I can't tell you really nothing about it. Yeah, reading books is not fun. Today I saw one of my students from December 2018. I saw my student from December 2018. Victor, he's coming. He's over there becoming an instructor right now. You know, to me that's a great thing. Is whenever I see one of my students becoming an instructor. So I mean, it was awesome seeing him out there at the pad. Whoever gets him is going to be lucky. Real great guy. So I got another student becoming an instructor. You know, that's real good. I like that because I taught him, so I feel like a piece of me's living through him, through his students too. So like I'm expanding. Like all my students, they have the same teachings that I had whenever I was on Jacob's truck. So I give them pretty much almost the exact same training that Jacob gave me. I'm a lot nicer than Jacob. I'm a lot nicer than Jacob, I think. So, you know, a little piece of Jacob is in every student I teach. This is kind of the way I look at it. Han says he loves reading history. AJ said, I'd rather watch History Channel. I'd rather watch History Channel. I'm not one of those history buffs. Like, that's in the past. Let it go. Kind of. Everybody has a history, though. What time is it? It's 9:44. Well, I'm getting out of here. I gotta be at the pad early in the morning. Probably gonna do another 10-hour day out there. See what happens. But if y'all are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Give it a thumbs up. You guys over the road, man, y'all be safe out there. Hans, AJ, whoever else, Jin, y'all be safe out there, man. Y'all. I see out here, little hatchet man to all graduated students to put on their new little tribe. Oh, you want me to pass out all my students that become trainers? I should give the hatchet man stickers to put on their trucks. Then they would all be gang related, man. You trying to start a gang. But yeah, I'm out of here, guys. Be safe out there over the road. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Good night, everyone.